living a little bit less ordinary, 100%.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Less Ordinary Podcast. Me and Chezzy in the booth today. The other boys are absent. What's happening, bros?
Not much, bro. Just got back from a pretty tidy long weekend, actually. Really, really happy with some of the shit that went down.
Yeah, it was such a good weekend. Is it long weekend for the whole... What was the day, the occasion?
I don't know. I actually don't know what the long weekend's for.
Because is it a Australia-wide one today or not?
I don't know.
I mean, yesterday.
Really good question.
Yeah,
I
not
forget
sure.
they're
Anyway.
different for all states. In New South Wales, it's a long weekend. You get the Monday off for God knows what reason, and then I've had the Tuesday as an RDO.
Yep.
You're off on your off swing.
Yeah, I just happened to jag that on the off swing, which is good.
We've headed up the coast with, what about like 12, 13, 14, 15 of the boys or something? Like
Yeah.
a hell crew.
Yeah, it was Cody's birthday, long weekend. Last year it was just me and Cody because everyone was working and busy and shit. But
Well, Jack and I were in California last year.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. This year Cody put the feelers out, expecting no one to be sort of ready because life's busy.
late
We're all
notice,
getting a bit
yeah.
older. Yeah. Everyone's normally got shit on, and yeah, sure enough, like a large amount of the crew was sort of ready. So we went away with 15 of us. Got a house.
Massive Airbnb, like
Yeah, schmick spot.
schmick spot. Treat weekend.
Yeah, treat weekend. Spent it down the beach. We've sort of had the first run of real warm weather as well on the East Coast, which has been so nice. Like 30, 31 degrees yesterday. And the rest of the week's looking tidy as well.
It's about the same, eh?
Yeah. So
Chaz is happy now. It's getting warm.
Oh,
Chaz
so
does not
good.
like winter.
daylight saving starts.
Oh, that
Or
started
finished.
on
What, is it started?
started on
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah,
So days are longer.
Chaz is really happy about
Yeah.
that.
You're sort of in the you're in the thick of it now.
Well, I was saying to you the other day, and this ties into today's podcast pretty well. But the start of the year, you got like Australia Day, like you come off the back of Christmas, New Year's, Australia Day, into like Easter, like Anzac Day, like there's all these public. I swear you got a public holiday and like a short work week every fucking fortnight.
Well, you were doing like 3-day weeks for fucking ages.
and then like mix in a bit of annual leave and like all the way up to June long weekend, you're sort of cruising real nice.
Yeah.
Then from June to the October long weekend
Bang.
is the shittest part of the year because it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
There's not much going on.
Yep.
And there's just no breaks for work. You're
Just locked in and working.
And it's shit. And
Yeah.
it's just miserable, cold, wet, rainy. And we've had a shocking season too.
Yeah. It's been wet the whole time.
So then come to October long weekend, daylight saving starts on the long weekend.
Warmer weather.
The weather's warm, the water's warm, like life's getting good.
Yeah, you threw in an RDO and then now you go back to a 3-day working week with treat weather. Like that's fucking good.
And then back off for the weekend again.
Yeah, that's a good run. So yeah, it's a good part of the year. It's a good time to sort of be alive. But yeah, we spent the weekend just down the beach with the boys playing fucking spike ball. Anyone who hasn't played that game, fucking hectic.
You need to give it a crack.
Yeah, we had some pretty loose rallies. Some
I'm a little bit sore.
Yeah, there was some abusive conversation happening too.
There was some shit coming out of your mouth.
Yeah,
You were
I sort
pretty
of fired
vocal.
up a
You're
bit.
pretty
eh?
vocal, yeah. You didn't sort of bring much to the pitch though. You were
just morale.
just morale, yeah.
Morale booster. We
Chaz
also
crushed the net.
crushed the fucking
Landed
net.
on the net.
Most unathletic motherfucker getting around.
Nah, come on. Remember that one I dived over, like full commitment? That could have been world class.
Didn't land it, but I committed to it. And then we did some surfing, we did some fishing. Actually got PB red off the rocks yesterday. That was sick.
Which was sick, real cool.
We did a bit of stray line bait fishing for snapper. So real simple, like the style of fishing that you do, sort of real cut your teeth on. Unweighted baits, burley trails, but chasing reds, and I had a good run. I was fishing like 10-foot outfit, 6K, 50-pound fluoro, which is obviously heavy for snapper, but like off the stones and stuff in the country that we're fishing, you want to, if I'm not fishing
country.
light and losing it, I'd rather fish heavy and land it if I do get the bite. But
which is sort of contrary to everything that we've said back in our Snapper podcast.
Yeah,
but completely different style of fishing.
But we got a couple of kilos of pillies, diced up heap. Probably needed more in hindsight, and drifted unweighted baits down, and got hooked a really good one. Pulled hooks on it. Pulled hooks on two, weirdly.
Yeah, the first one was a proper
good
one.
eh? Like he was going straight for the bommy, and I was like, fuck. And that was within like 20 minutes of fishing, and then just kept fishing. Probably had 3 pillies left, and on one of the last casts, just drifting a bait down and got a red, like not a big one. When I say red, obviously I mean pink snapper, like in the 50s. But yeah, that was sick. So, and then we ended up necking him and had him for
Perfect
tea
eating
last
size.
night. Yeah, so we did like fish and chips and calamari and that with the boys for the final night of the trip. And then, yeah, woke up this morning, cleaned up the house, coffee on the way home, and now we're sitting in the studio.
Went for a little estuary flats
Oh,
walk
yeah,
too.
yeah.
We didn't get anything, but Maxie banged a few little flatty and a nice Taylor.
Yeah.
On the light gear, just a late arvo sunset, walking, sort of wading in knee deep, waist deep water.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
Yeah, it was good. It's
That
good
style of
fun,
fishing is mad because it's sort of not about the fish.
Yeah.
You're in a sort of picturesque location, sunset, glamour arvo.
Yeah. Enjoying it.
Yeah, just so nice.
So yeah, it was a really good weekend. And it sort of segues nicely into what Cam and I are going to talk about today because we were talking about it in the car ride home and have been speaking about it a fair bit in the last few weeks. Obviously, recently you and I have had like I want to say a good run of just like life's been good.
Well, I think it comes down to doing shit.
Yeah,
is why it's been good.
yeah. So we've obviously like I spent about 2 months ago. I was in Bali, did like the 2-week Bali trip. Just nice reset. Was awesome.
Yeah.
Came back into a short stint at work. Spent a week down the south coast chasing tuna and like going kayaking in like landlocked lagoons, chasing black brim and big flathead and camping and just like doing good shit. Going to little bakeries down, like it's just sick. That's fucking the shit I love doing.
just
Like
out there
spending time
doing-
at the beach
yeah.
and seeing new places, whatever. Back into work. Back up the Gold Coast we went. Like we were up in the Goldie.
Yeah, that was a mad weekend. We've spoken about that, the TFI winners announcement.
Yeah.
With all the crew, run a mark. Like, that was a big weekend again. Like,
Yeah.
drive all the way. The weekend previous, had driven to Burmie.
Yeah.
Driven home within, I don't know, like 2 days. Next weekend, we're sort of driving to the Goldie. We're driving home back within 2 days. And I think we had a quiet weekend. And then we're back down south for
Following
the tuna
it,
again. You know, there and back within 40 hours. Come away with 100-odd kilos of tuna. Like,
yeah.
shit going on everywhere. Jam-packed.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Just
But-
fully jam-packed.
and then this weekend, you know, up running amok up the coast with the boys and just doing shit. I think it comes down to.
Yeah, exactly. So like life's been sort of really good lately, and we wanted to talk about sort of you know, not a new topic by any sense, but that whole work lifestyle balance.
Yeah.
And I think this will be, you know, we'll preface by saying this is purely based on our experience, and this is sort of not even the business related, but just actually getting out and doing the shit that we enjoy, and how like sort of happy like I've been recently.
Thriving.
Yeah, full like mental health is at an all-time high. Life's been good. Like shit's been happening. It's been like it's been unreal. And yeah, we just sort of wanted to talk about like us navigating that, the balance, making the time. And I think Ches and I come from like different sides of the coin in the way that we approached life from sort of a young age. Which I want to touch on that like firstly, because you started working.
Well, yeah, I guess for me, my long story short is I went all the way through, did my HSC at school. I was 17 in year 12. I'd started working when I was 16 in the civil construction industry. I was doing, my old boy got me into it. I was just doing weekends and like pupil free days at school and like school holidays. I was just labouring, like just shit kicking, making a bit of coin.
Good money for back then though.
Oh, great money. Like before that, you know, working at the fucking reject shop when I was like 14, making like $9 an hour.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I go and do 6 hours on a Saturday and make like $300. I'm like,
holy shit, this is
wow,
good.
bro.
Yeah.
So anyway, come out of the HSC. I worked all the way through my HSC. I didn't really study. I wasn't sort of great at school, but anyway, I was like, this money's sort of mad. Stayed in the industry 10 years later, nearly. I'm still there.
Yeah.
So my whole sort of thing was like white picket fence, status quo, work hard, you know, save, invest. Like that was the whole journey I was pretty locked in on.
Yeah.
I'd obviously was living at home when I was, you know, 17, 18 and making triple figures straight out of school. I'd obviously saved quite a lot of money. I bought my first property. In my mind, by the time I guess I was this age, I was going to be 3 properties deep. Like that was the way I wanted to go. That was so that sort of gives you the idea of, you know, like the like being in a relationship for 8 years now. Like the whole white picket fence scenario was me. And then you, I guess, on the flip side, you've done a lot more living in your younger years than I did.
Yeah, but I don't really have the financial assets to show for, right? So
Yeah.
like you obviously own a house, you're engaged.
Yeah.
You own like the car that you own you not maybe car of your dreams, but like
Oh, it's
more or less is
yeah,
pretty much.
more or less. Yeah.
Yeah, car like whatever it is.
Yeah, like own all that.
Yeah.
You know, the boat, the house, like full the white picket fence.
Yeah,
scenario.
worked your ass off like 6-day weeks for the longest time.
Yeah,
ever.
well, I guess for the longest time, like I did a project down the coast there for maybe from 2018 to 2023, sort of nearly a 5-year project. And I think for that whole 5-year period, I didn't take any real annual leave, until maybe just towards the end when we were sort of starting to do some LO shit. But
that is insane, bro. 5 years of no annual leave.
Well, and I was locked in. Like I just wanted a promotion, and I just went, if I take leave, like I'm doing myself out of that. So I just locked in, and it kind of worked good for now because I'm sitting on so much leave. I'm able to go and do the stuff. Like I guess for you boys with the lifestyle roster, I don't have that. So the leave is a blessing now. But yeah, locked in for the longest time. Just so different to I guess what your situation.
Yeah, so my situation was just honestly the polar opposite to Cam. I went through school, studied hard, did my HSC, planned to go to uni.
Yeah.
Went to uni. Uni in itself is a great lifestyle, right? Like you earn no fucking money because like you just work some casual job. I was working in the tackle industry just like casually. But
which floats ya.
It floats ya, but it's a good time of your life. You're young, you don't really have any responsibilities. I lived in WA for a bit. I moved back. I was fishing flat stick, like driving.
That time of your life with your little cruiser.
Yeah, so I was driving a Triton before that, just beating out Triton, and then I bought like a cheap old 75 series, and I fucking loved the thing. And I was just doing a couple of days a week on the weekends, going to uni, like missing lectures, like as you do, missing shoots, skipping shit.
Yeah.
You're going out with your mates, Febby, you're drinking, but I was fishing.
But I was going to say, back
so
to your
hard.
fishing. So a lot of your good fish have come from that era of your life because, like you don't catch them sitting on the lounge.
No.
And you don't, like, especially the Jew, like it's so much consistency and so many sessions. Nowadays, like going out for one session here, one session there, whereas you were relentless.
I was relentless.
You were pulling fish.
And like I'll fully say that going and studying at uni and not locking into the full-time grind is probably the only reason why I ever got a few of those fish under my belt and started to work out some sort of pattern and learn what I know now, right?
Yeah.
So I spent those like formative younger years, like in the early 20s, just relentlessly fishing, relentlessly going away.
Which is pretty evident too, if for those playing at home that have watched the TFI film, that shows that pretty well.
Yeah, like there's a lot to show for there. I did so many trips, I was over, like did Japan and traveled through Europe and, did the trip to the Ments and endless trips WA and East Coast and all the rest of it. Like very lucky, but nothing to show for in terms of like what people are typically concerned with as being successful. I was not that, right?
Well, poses a good point about who decides what is actual success. Like there's people would have their own versions of that, but I guess the typical status quo sort of definition of success is, buy the house and have the missus and have the kid and like have a good career and like go on a fucking holiday once every 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
like
by all means, that fucking is fully has made it, if depending on the person you are. For me, from when I was younger, I was always like, nah, like I fucking hate working. Like I hate it. The reason when I went to uni, I went and studied marine biology, environmental science, right? The whole purpose of doing that was to hopefully segue myself into a job that I like love to do. So like fucking swimming with the dolphins, coral reefs, whatever, hell, it was going to be sick.
Yeah.
I got to uni, obviously realized that people are more concerned in that field of study. Like people like, they love the algae and the microorganisms and like the shit that didn't interest me. I just liked fishing. I liked surfing. I like being on the water. I was like, this degree is going to be the closest thing. It's going to get me a job that allows me to maybe
mind
be
you,
around
that probably does exist.
It definitely does.
You didn't find it.
Look, it definitely does exist. And people I went to, and this comes back to, again, this same situation of this balance, this work, lifestyle balance. And the jobs that do have that, I soon realize a lot of them are research jobs. They don't pay any sort of real money.
Yeah.
And then here I'm sitting here going, I want a boat.
There's
I want
always
a car.
catch.
So it's like,
there's always a catch.
there's a fucking catch. Anyway, so those years were spent, fishing, doing all this thing. So you and I obviously took a very different approach.
Yeah.
I have now.
And I was happy about it, mind you.
Yes, correct.
That's important to say because I was not in any way regretting my decisions or the way I'd taken my life at the time.
Yeah.
Fully stoked.
Fully stoked.
Locking in and skipping forward to, say, when Ello was sort of conceived, I was like going to be a silent partner.
Yeah.
I remember sitting down with the boys before you come into the picture, registering the business, and I was like, I don't have any time for this.
Yeah,
like,
fuck this.
Like my career, I want that next property, I want the next one. Like I'm not doing this.
So,
I'll invest and then.
Yeah, Cam at the start of LO is a very different Cam to now. Like he was happy with 6 days a week work. And for me, having done what I did, I would look at that and go, not to say I didn't work hard, because like obviously I grinded at uni, I finished my degree, I got my degree. But I would look at that and go, fuck, you would want to work 6 days a week. Like, and I understand it's like for the money and the promotion and the next house and the investment, because it fully is the play in terms of longevity.
A lot of my thing was like from an early age, I got so far ahead of most people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say everyone because I'm by no means was killing it.
Yeah.
Like I was still working. But I got so far ahead of most people and I didn't want to lose the edge.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was like I've got this far.
It was like I need to hold it.
Like I can't fall behind now. Like, you know what I mean? I was lucky enough and truly lucky that my old boy helped me into the industry, give me an in at an early age, and I lived at home till I was 20 or whatever, and stacked the coin and got ahead. And I was like, what's the fucking point of all that if I then now fall behind?
Yeah, wow. So do you think that?
I think it's still a little bit of that.
Do you reckon that's like an ego thing?
Like
it'd have to be.
Probably a little bit, but more like what's the word I'm looking for? Not it's not so much ego because it's not like for everyone else, it's for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Like a personal standard you're holding yourself to.
Yeah, well, it's like not that I'm like I need to uphold it for my ego in everyone else's eyes. It was like
personal.
Well, personal. I was like,
it's like setting a goal. And like you want to achieve a goal personally, like whether
like you go in a running race, you dominate the running race to 90 meters of a 100-meter race, and then right at the end you stop and let everyone else win. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm hearing ya. But then, so on like while you were going through that phase of your life, I obviously finished my degree.
Yeah.
Did more travel, came back, and then reality hit, right? And I was like, holy fuck! I'm looking at people like yourself, going, oh fuck, I'm so far behind. Like. At the time, you don't look at all the good shit that I've got to experience that maybe someone like yourself hasn't, because you've made the sacrifice where I didn't. I sacrificed not pursuing the money and the career, and then now I'm sitting here like, oh fuck, like I've got this degree. Yes, you can't take that away, but I don't have the house.
Well, you didn't use it.
I didn't use it. I got mates that got houses and stuff, and then
you got the HECS debt.
I'm in a crisis, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm thinking to myself, fuck, and like I'm a classic overthinker. I dwell on a lot of shit. So I'm sitting there going, even all the good shit I've done and the happy stuff, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm going, this was a fucking bad idea.
Yeah, and I'm not sure most people would look at it like that. That's a very you thing. To do, the way
fully
you look at
is.
things. But
fully is. But like, I want to be transparent with how it all came about. And then I started applying for jobs, right? And I'm applying for jobs using my degree, environmental consultancy, waste management. I'm on fucking Zoom calls with people in Sydney. Like,
this is a couple of years after your degree was complete.
Yeah, well, this is only going back just as LO, like after I got back from traveling, your degree
before
I got
your degree was 1 or 2 years old at that point.
Old, because I'd done the bit of travel after that and enjoyed everything. And then I'm looking at jobs in like one in particular on waste management. I was happy to move down to Sydney for pennies, right? And like, right, I'm going to start the career. I'm going to work the way up the ladder. I'm going to be working 5 days a week. And then I was like to myself, what the fuck are you, like, that is not me. That is not what I want to do. I
remember not offering you a job, but going, the company that I work for in the civil industry, like, there's a huge demand for enviros because environmental and all that sort of stuff is a massive part of that industry now. Like, I was like, I'll talk to someone, let's get you on here 5 days a week locally. And you were like, oh, fuck. it's just not what I want to do.
It's not me. And I would also like, it wasn't what I had set out in my mind. But then you've got this devil's advocate on your shoulder telling you like, this is the play, be the smart, do the career thing. Like, yes, it'll take you a while to get to the top. But at one point I was going to move to Sydney, right? Which couldn't be further from somewhere I would want to live personally, and work a job that is 90% on the computer 5 days a week. And I would have sacrificed everything that I love doing because of this devil on my shoulder telling you go down this route.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we talk about revolving door situations and opportunities leading to another, and maybe there's a fucking whatever it might be. Like, but then the role I'm currently in now, which couldn't be further from the degree that I had done. So like, I
like the
work in the
opposite
coal mining industry as an operator, and
just smoking Mother Nature, just ripping the guts out of us.
Yeah, and just happily ripping her to pieces, burning fuel like you wouldn't believe, right? Besides the point, I still feel I've got a bit of a guilty conscience about that, but if it's not me, it's someone else. But anyway, this job, in hindsight, the way that I looked at it is, right, this job is a catalyst for me to, one, afford a lifestyle I want to live, and two, have the freedom and time, right?
Yep.
Because for as bad as my job is in terms of like the isolation, and like, I know there's a lot of listeners out there that work like shift work and long hours and trades and like...
Yeah, well, we had a few messages this week too, which sort of sparked this episode. You know, we had a bloke share it on his story, you know, keep up the potty, boys, helps me get through my 12-hour shifts. Another bloke was going, good shit, boys, I throw it on in the digger when I'm working for 12 hours a day. Like, there's a lot of people in our positions that are, you know, listening to the potty that live a similar life.
Yeah, but they have the similar interest too.
Yeah.
And I think that's like where a lot of this sparked from, because a lot of, like, if you listen to our potty, you probably have some interest in, you know, going away on the weekends, or what a simplest form, fishing, surfing, diving, something like that, right?
Just the outdoors, yeah.
And like, I know you and I both go to work and we just dream about what's going to happen after work, right?
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that for a lot of people, maybe from the outside in, it looks like we live it up like massively.
Yeah.
And I think to our credit, we do as much as we can.
Yeah.
But we're still working. We're still like trying to find that balance, and I don't think you ever do find it. So if there's anyone out there that is feeling like they're struggling to strike the balance, just keep doing what you're doing, because I don't think it actually exists.
Yeah.
You'll forever fine-tune.
The perfect balance doesn't exist, because this again comes back to the conversations we've had before, right? You and I have been living, like, let's say, just look at the last 2 months, is like really, like, it's been unreal. We've done heaps of fishing.
Yep.
We've done heaps of time away. We've done heaps of camping. We've done all the shit I love doing.
Yep.
But I'm spending all this money. And then again, coming back to this devil's advocate, I got this guy sitting on my shoulder going, you know, he's spending all this money, you know, da-da-da. But then I'm having the best time as well. And it's this balance of, like, you've got this guilty conscience for going away and spending this hard-earned money on something you love doing. But you shouldn't, right?
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't have that feeling. And you and I are both stressing about, you know, I can pay for this on the car and pay for this on the fishing gear and this and that.
Yeah,
but
look, and it's an expensive lifestyle too. Like, for example, this past week, right? Like, as glamorous as it looks, like the car and the boat and all the stuff. Like, I had rego and insurance for the car and the boat this week, and it was $6,000.
Yeah.
Like, it is not glamorous in some aspects.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
When that comes along. But the way that you and I spoke about it today was, you've got to look at your job as fuel for the engine that is the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So instead of, you know, and I guess if you're career driven and all that sort of stuff,
True,
you might not look at it like that.
It's fully
but I
a
guess
different scenario.
that's the way we're looking at it.
Yeah.
So the job, the fucking 9 to 5, the lifestyle roster, whatever you got going on, to us, is the fuel that drives everything else. Being, you know, and the engine being the rest of your life.
Yeah, and like, to take the business side, it's just like I know at its simplest form what makes you happy. For me, it's like, I love going away. I love going fishing. I love spending time with the boys, and it sounds fucking pretty cliche, but at the end of the day, like, I love doing that stuff on my time off. I love spending time with, you know, my partner. I love, like, doing the shit that everyone loves to sort of do. But then again, our, like, Instagram and fucking the socials and maybe the stuff we talk about makes it sound like we're constantly doing shit. But fuck, bro, it ain't easy. Like we have constant battles, like mentally, and like you burn out, and it is not all. It's just not all good. Like it like there's
In
times.
saying that, we wouldn't have it any other way.
No, I wouldn't have it any other way. But I just want like people to know that are in like the same situation. You're fucking trying to have that balance and stuff. Like you don't get it, and there's gonna be like shit days. Like when I go back to work, like you know that I just like I go into a bit of a shell.
Well, for us, that's tomorrow. We're both going back tomorrow.
Yeah, like goes back tomorrow.
We're
and
in
like,
the car on the way home, and I think 4 or 5 times over the 2-hour trip, Trey's going, fucking work tomorrow. He's going, fuck's sake, what the fuck's the point? Like, after the best weekend, like 4 days over, he's going, what's the fucking point, honestly? Like,
yeah, like what is the point? But then like at the end, that's just me being fucking spoiled because like my job allows me to go away on those weekends and share that time. And maybe, you know, on the contrary, it would never be as special if you got to do it all the time, whatever it may be. But anyway, like it's not all fun and games, and it's not fucking easy is what I'm saying. Like even like look at us, like Cam's, you're engaged.
Yep.
I've got a partner myself. Like balancing the lifestyle with family, you know, like
it's fucking impossible.
it's so incredibly hard. And like hats off to, you know, Lani and Rubes. They're the most understanding people in the fucking world.
Couldn't do it if it was, you know, anyone else.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't put up with it.
Like we've got it pretty lucky in the sense that the girls are, you know, they understand what we're doing. Like we're trying to obviously grow the business, but it's such a weird thing because obviously our business is like fun. So I feel like people look at it and go like, it's not really working because I'm enjoying what I'm doing, but it's not entirely like that.
For a few people, they sort of say to me, they're like, so the business, you just sort of fucking do mad shit and like go fishing and camping and like get on the beers and like it is, but there's more to it.
There's definitely more to it, but it's sort of hard to sell it to people because I'm working on the business, like I'm working, but like people who enjoy work, it's not really work. And I think if you enjoy your job, people are like, that's not a fucking job. Like you should hate your job.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Basically, that's how it should be. You should you should be going there to get paid for your time because you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And although we don't get paid like by somebody, it's like I feel like we're investing our time into something bigger, which is the whole reason we started the business in the first place.
Absolutely,
was to maybe be able to one day like do something that you like enjoy. And
well, it's trying to get our time back as ours.
Yeah, that's a fucking good point.
It's not the money, it's not anything. For me, it's the time.
And the time was it's the biggest thing.
The time is what I want. I want my time to be mine. I want to be able to do what I want with my time.
Yeah.
Like if I can trade some, if not all of the time that I usually work for shit that I want to do myself.
Yeah, win.
That is as good as it gets.
That's fully your day. But it's balancing the time, isn't it? It's like until you get to that point, right?
You've sort of got to eat a little bit of shit.
Yeah.
To like originally to get there, and we're still in the process of eating the shit.
Yeah. But even people that work, say jobs like ours, like I think it's so easy to like go to work and burn out like for the week, and then you come off work and you just can't be fucked, right?
Oh, massively.
So in those situations, like, and we do it all the time, right? We create excuses to not do, like, to not go fishing or to not do this, do that, for no real reason. But like, you can put it down to work. Obviously, takes its toll mentally on you. It burns you out and stuff like that. So it's tricky to navigate. But I think for us, like, let's say last weekend, there seriously is no excuse to just not go and do even the simplest thing, bro. One night away, what that does for my like mental health and like how much joy that brings me.
The benefit outweighs the tiny bit of extra burnout. Like you might not be back at work on Monday feeling as fresh as you were if you fucking watch Netflix all weekend. But God, you're going to be stoked that you did it.
And again, this is that devil's advocate thing because like I do that and then I get to the night off, like the night you're going back to work, and I think, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. I
got to do my meal prep.
I should have instead of going away and doing something I really wanted to do, I should have stayed home, done my washing, done my meal prep, got my life in order to go back to work. But then you look at the bigger picture, go, what the fuck is the point of that?
I know for me that was very much my life, right?
Yeah.
Now I think it comes down to me now not prioritizing work nearly at all.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck if I rocked up tomorrow and I've had 2 hours sleep because I'm just at work.
Yeah.
Whereas if I have 2 hours sleep to go fish tomorrow, I'm going to be pissed off at myself. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm
Yeah.
like, that's important to me. Whereas
Yeah.
if I am tired and feeling like a piece of shit tomorrow at work, I'm going, fuck, I'm getting paid anyway. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Just push through it and go to bed that night.
So that's crazy though, because
So the shift for me,
you've had a full shift because
full backflip on its head 180.
And before we met, right?
Yeah.
You had obviously like set yourself up really well, but since we have met, and obviously the business is a big catalyst for this, but take aside the business, maybe you and I have met and we've just like started fishing hardcore or whatever it might be, like forebeing and stuff.
Yeah.
You prefer this, like you prefer this route in life. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess for me, I can probably nearly say that I've done both now.
Yeah. Yep.
People might disagree.
Yeah, disagree. But yeah, you like.
But
as
for
far
me,
as
I feel like I've done both sides of the coin now.
Yeah.
And every day of the week, I'm taking the way it is now.
Yeah,
Every day of the week. And I think you need to understand, say for a younger me, what's on the other side of the coin before you write it off.
Yep.
Because I did write it off. I was like, travel the world, like Euro summer, whatever you're into, spend all your money, fucking rent for the rest of your life. You're a dead set idiot. But now I'm like, oh, that's the go.
Like I'm jealous.
And it might be easy for me to say because I'm sitting on a property.
Yeah.
Mind you, like I gave up the dream of the second and the third property. Like at the beginning of LO, that house deposit, that next one was ready to, locked and loaded, ready to roll. And I burned it for this.
Yeah.
But wouldn't change it for the world. And yeah, having sort of done both sides of the coin, this is the way that I want to live. And it might not be the same for everyone else, but the priorities for me changed massively in terms of career and in terms of, like, fuck, I'm not getting any younger. Like that's me now. I'm 27. Oh, no, I'm 26. I'm turning 27 in Feb. You're the same age. Gus is a little bit older, but like for all of us, we've sort of come to this realization that we're not getting any younger.
Yeah.
And you can still go and do the shit that you want to do at whatever age you're at. Like for my oldies are doing their 18-month lap around Australia at the moment and they're going to have a ball. But I don't want to be doing that when I'm that age because the shit that I want to be doing, like, fucking jumping off cliffs and fucking running 200 Ks in the boat, like you're not doing that when you're 60.
Nah. That is the bitter truth, and the irony of the whole thing is when you're in a position to generally afford the lifestyle you want, you then surpassed an age, which is to do the shit you love doing. Like instead of climbing down the rocks and getting covered in pilly juice and catching a few reds and walking back and cooking them, like I'm now red wine, cheese and bickies, misses on the boat.
Sitting next to the caravan.
Sitting next to the caravan.
Watching the fucking footy
on my
or something.
Starling.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I want to go to bed at 8. But like...
And you probably do at that age.
At that time, I would want to do it, yeah. But it's like right now, you want to do it all. But I think the main point of what we're saying is like whether or not you want to pursue that as a lifestyle or not. It's like getting your time back, making the effort.
If I had to make, I guess, like a piece of advice is just try the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Because...
Like not quitting your job, but maybe taking the leave, booking the trip,
Yeah. And... Again, maybe easy for me to say because when I was on the original side of the coin, like I bought the house, I bought the car outright. Like I've got a lot of shit that I'm sitting on, so maybe it's now easy for me to try the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
But just give it a crack because you might be pleasantly surprised, I think.
Yeah. And I still can tell you that like no matter what position you're in, you're always going to look at the other side and fucking think.
Oh, and you always want what you can't have, but... You just gotta look at it for what it is. Like at the moment, of course I would have loved to have bought the second or third house, but I would assume that I would be miserable.
Yeah, well, maybe not miserable, but not as happy as you are now.
And maybe you wouldn't know if I hadn't have done this now, but I don't know. I guess it's just what you decide you want in life, and like this might be a bit vulnerable and a bit deep and everything, but. I looked at life and I went, I'm like barreling towards 30 and that's sort of the age you want to have a kid. And I've been in a long-term relationship and like that sort of life is hurtling towards me.
Yeah. So close.
So close, but I'm not done
doing
what I want to be doing. So that's when I made that decision to just flip it and run it. And
and look what you've done since. Like look
the
at
stuff
the
stuff
trips
that I've done, the people I've met, like obviously even you boys, like
Yeah.
people, you know, who have listened to the potty will know that I didn't know any of these three lads before LO started. Jack sort of pulled us all together. You all knew Jack. But
Yeah.
like some of the shit that you and I have done, even recently,
Yeah.
has been just off the chain.
Yeah.
Like stuff that you will remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And stuff that
And that's not even like, they're not big extravagant trips. Like
No.
some of these are stemming from just one night away.
And yeah, absolutely.
And like the swag and the simplest, just you go and you didn't make the excuse and we just went. And now these memories that like I would have been fucking meal prepping and doing my washing, I've now created this moment that I'll like, that is fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Like it's
so hard because I don't think, like I would imagine if I stuck it out the original route, I would be sitting, you know, like when I'm, let's say 70, 80, like you're going to be sitting pretty, but you're not really going to be looking at your life thinking you've sort of done heaps.
Yeah.
If you burn that on the flip side and you're 70, 80 and you've done heaps of shit, but you're not sitting on all the properties, I guarantee, I haven't been there, but I can nearly guarantee you are not going to regret doing that.
No, you're not.
You're not like...
You're fully not. Because it's not going to matter at that point, really.
The perspective of like life and its timeline recently has become so apparent to me. I can't imagine how apparent it is for someone
older
at their, you know, 70, 80, like looking back.
Yeah, well, you see all the videos when they ask them if you could do one thing differently. I would have taken the fucking risk.
Fuck work.
Fuck work.
On the fucking
doing
trip.
this, doing that.
And again, this just might sound so incredibly cliche and fucking shit to those that are listening at home, but that's just sort of where we're at. And I would encourage everyone else to get a bit of that perspective.
Well, especially maybe if you're battling and you're just going, this is fucking shit. Like your current situation, you're hating it. And the other thing, at its simplest form, it's not taking the huge leap, but it's coming off work and obviously being burnt out and then going through another weekend of maybe just getting on the beers or whatever it may be and not doing something that you actually truly want to do. And going back to it and just a rinse and repeat of routine. All of a sudden, 6 months has gone away.
Yeah.
You haven't been away in your car once. You haven't been camping once. You haven't been fishing once. And like, this is aimed at people that really, you know, seek a lot of refuge and a lot of happiness in doing those sorts of things, which I know I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes, even though I love to do it, it's hard to bring yourself to go and do it because you can make an excuse of being burnt out and tired.
Well, you and I have gotten a lot better at it recently.
Yeah.
So I know for us 6 months ago, like, if we had 2 days, there's no fucking way we were driving 8 hours south to go and try and maybe find a tuna.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, recently we've had 2 cracks at that. And we're like, this is
do it.
so doable.
Just
like,
do it.
And by the end of the weekend, you're well and truly fucked.
Yeah,
But again, you're going to work, and who gives a fuck if you fucked at work?
yeah.
It's just work.
Like just push through.
It just pays the bills. It's not that deep, and that's actually a good point. Work is not that deep.
Yeah,
For me, who was hell bent on the career, and like I would stay back 2 hours after end of shift, like doing paperwork or just having everything like I's dotted, T's crossed, like to a T.
yeah,
Fuck that.
yeah.
Like, go to work, do what you get paid for, and fucking leave.
Yeah.
It is not that deep.
And enjoy your life.
Like, I talk to some blokes at work who are in my role, and they go home and think about work all night, about like,
Yeah,
how they're going to run the job the next day and what they need to book and what they need to order and all this, trades or whatever. Like, no way, man.
nah, fuck it.
And I used to, but you got to fucking switch that off.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid when you're sitting at home on your lounge, and you're not getting paid on the weekend. So fucking let it go and pick it up Monday. Like,
yeah,
it's not that deep.
and when you're off, like, make the time and prioritize the shit you love doing.
Yeah.
If you've got the missus, get it right. Let's go away.
Because otherwise,
Do the one nighter. Do the say I know for us, like a trip. We talk about doing these crazy trips, right? And you talk about it, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Put a plan in motion. Like 6 months from now, book the fucking flight, book the accom, and it rolls around, and you go, holy shit, we're going. We have to go.
I'll tell you what, having something to look forward to is so important.
Key, fully key.
I know for me, even if I've got, say like a 6 month stint of we haven't got any trips, if I've got something in 6 months, I know something's booked, I feel that much better.
There's a bigger picture.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you just, as long as you know there's something coming. Otherwise, if you've just got endless dread of just work and fucking chores and bills and mortgages, like, fuck.
Yeah, because again, cliche, but life moves fucking real quick. and I'm imagining it only gets faster as you get older, because when I was 18, 20, it was the slow, like it just years went for, you got time and time to burn, but now it's like, oh shit,
30's coming.
30's hurling, like I'm fucking firing towards that.
And it might be different. I'll just preface for people, you know, over that age of 30 that have got kids. I don't know. I can't comment on that part of your life because I haven't been there.
Yeah.
You've obviously got way more to think about. I can imagine you can probably still just try your best to not make an excuse and get out there and fucking do some shit.
Yeah, and do some shit. Like, and whether it be with the kids or whatever, and instead of like playing because we all get tied up in being in the safe, cushy comfort bubble.
Yeah.
And I love the safe, cushy comfort bubble. Like I do.
You don't, like, stress sucks.
Yeah, I hate it. So I do. But then like you sort of just force yourself out of it and you got no regrets for it. And I'm going back to work tomorrow. No groceries. Fucking
shit hasn't been washed.
Nothing's been washed. Like that really battles me hard. But I guarantee you, when I finish on Monday next week, I'm going to be like, boom, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Like, let's fucking do it again. It's only when you're in that mind space of like, the headspace of, you know, just sort of over exaggerating and making a bigger deal of things than they actually are. Because like you just said, work is just, you're there and you go home and you get paid. And like, again, unless you're someone who's very career driven, completely different story. This is more like,
good on you.
Yeah, this is more for the guys.
Oh, you lost your mind there.
This is more for the guys out there. I know there'd have to be a few that go to work to make the money to do the shit they love.
Fuel the engine.
Fucking use it as a catalyst to do some cool shit. And that is literally how I treat my job. I'm like, righto, lock in for 5 days, have money to pay the other stuff. But not saying that feels like there's still a guilt there.
Oh yeah.
And there's never.
But I just want to touch on like the social media thing again. Like, a lot of people that you see out there doing similar to the stuff we're doing are in the same position.
Yeah.
Like, it's so doable.
Yeah.
Like, look at like fucking like Bree and Yarn, for example.
Yeah.
Like, they're just living the best life.
Yeah, they dominate.
Like, but they're working. They're doing their shit. Like,
they just travel West Coast. They're fucking fishing. They look like they're actually. But the difference is they seem to be prioritizing their time in a different way.
This is what I'm saying. Don't prioritize work. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of quiet quitting?
No. I like it though.
So quiet quitting, I don't know, this come about for me, like I found out what it was maybe 12 months ago. I think my old man introduced me to it actually. It's not quitting your job, but quiet quitting is where you go to work and you do the fucking bare minimum that you are required to do to keep your job and get your paycheck, and that is it. So there's no like picking up the work phone after hours, sending a late email. There's no rocking up earlier than you need to or staying later than you need to or going above and beyond your role where you're not getting paid and recognised or appreciated for it.
Yeah.
You just go there, you show up for the bare minimum hours, do just enough to get by.
Yep.
So that you're not being a shit employee, essentially. You still, but just the bare minimum, and you fucking leave, because that is all work should be in my mind.
And let's be honest, that whole, like, a lot of these industries, you don't actually get the recognition for going above and beyond.
I can tell you, and maybe some people do, but for those like 5 years, I worked above and beyond my role. Never ever got a thank you. Like, they take you for granted. At the end of the day,
they definitely do. Yeah.
And you are a number.
Yeah.
Like, you're a number in I work for a pretty big company. Maybe different if you're like a little family-owned business where you're getting mad Chrissy bonuses and they're doing mad shit for you. I work for a pretty big company. There's like 1,000 employees. No one knows who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
You're a number. All the extra work you put in, if you fucking died tomorrow, the next blokes in your role, they're not missing you.
Yeah.
It makes no difference.
No one's stopping work.
No one's stopping work. The machine, you're just a cog. The machine keeps going.
Yeah.
Like, don't think you're more important than you are, because I fell into that trap.
Yeah.
Just quiet quit.
Yeah.
And live your fucking life.
So, anyway, the takeaway points from this, Cam and I just wanted to highlight that life is good outside of like doing all this shit, like being at work and like making the small little efforts for a weekend away or a trip fishing with your mate or this and that. Like, that holds a lot of value, and you still can create these crazy memories, and they don't have to be extravagant trips. It's like, prioritize your time. Stop making excuses for doing just even like little things that bring like a bit of clarity to yourself. Book some shit well in advance, because time rolls quick no matter what. Like, time's coming, and it comes here quick, and you
But
want to
like, it doesn't have to be that either. It doesn't
No.
have to be the plane ticket.
No, it doesn't have to be a plane ticket. It could just be like whatever. Just a couple of boys like take this weekend off or keep this weekend free. Like we're doing this. Like, you know, make an effort to do that. Yeah.
Surrounding yourself with good people helps that cause too, massively. Find some like-minded people.
Yeah.
Go and do some shit.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, and like again, it's not all like we still battle fucking all the time with like getting burnt out and this and that and battling to go away. But it was more bringing light to the fact that if you're in a similar position and you work these similar jobs or hours or whatever it is, and you have similar, like you're literally not alone. And I think I find in myself sometimes I'm going through and go, fuck, I must be the only cunt stressing about this. But you're not, eh? Everybody is just
you've never had an original experience.
Never had an original experience.
So many crew out there doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So if you're out there listening to this potty and you're sitting in the digger chilling and slewing, or you're, you know, fucking working on some residential, like, you know, banging frames up or something, like, this is your sign to go and do some shit.
Book the night away or go the night away or do some shit or whatever, because you're never going to regret it. Life moves around quick. And
that's all we ever did.
Yeah.
And when I say look where we are now, we're not...
Take the business out of aside though, but like look at the memories we've created, the shit we've done or whatever it might be. Yeah. And the fun that I've had. I can say personally, I've had so much fun. Yeah. Which is the end of the day, that's all it's all about.
Yeah.
So
you don't need $1 million. You don't need to quit the job. You just quietly quit it.
And this is coming from guys who have done two sides. Like I obviously don't have the fucking house and all the bells and whistles, but have had the opportunity to do a lot of cool shit. Yeah. And for that, I have all these crazy memories that maybe Cam didn't get to have as much of.
Yeah, I'm playing catch up now.
Massively. And it's never too late, really, is it?
That's a good point also. Yeah. It's never too late.
Yeah.
I'm gunning for this lap next year. That's been my dream for the longest time. Like ever since, you know, I had my car when I was 17, my first 4B, you know, doing all that shit.
Go see some shit.
Doing the lap of Australia is like the pinnacle. That's going to be the pinnacle of everything. My life, I reckon. Like I couldn't really give a fuck about going overseas. That's not my thing. Yeah. You know, but Australia, our own backyard, if I can pack the car and tow the boat around the country for 6, 8 months, 12 months, that is it.
You can't tell me you're not going to be smiling every day.
Every day, bro. Yeah. And the perspective, like, of having done all the work and then going and doing that and just going, oh, this is how it should be.
If it was rinsing like the house deposit to do that, so be it.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Because, fuck, you could guarantee you'll never be as happy in your brand new fucking mansion than you will with your poxy 4B and a little boat on the back just humming down
punching it up Cape York or something with a couple of fish in the kill bag. Yeah. Like, that is it.
That's a pinnacle.
That's fucking it.
Anyway, I reckon that'll wrap us up. Thanks for tuning in this week's potty episode. Not our normal sort of take, but fuck it. Let's mix it up.
Yeah, a bit deep, bit vulnerable. Call it cringe if you will. But I think it was a good little message. And if you can take something out of it, if one person can take something out of this, I'll be stoked.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a quick yarn about what's on the table this week? Gold Club?
Oh, yeah, Gold Club this week. So we have the All You Can Want Dewey pack. Again, like that's a crowd favourite, crowd voted.
Yeah, we threw that up on the stories. If you're in Gold Club and you want to have a bit more input into what's on the table, we're going to start doing some more polls. And like so last week, we put up 3 options for a pack and 3 options for a reel that was in the pack. The Dewey pack with the AK Stratic got chosen. So that's on the table this week for those that voted for it.
It's got 1 million PhD hard bodies, plackies, all the rest of it. The shit that like we spin with a lot. I'm not sure if old mate's gotten back to us.
He took the Estuary pack.
Okay, Estuary Lure pack is gone. So we've got 2 double reel packs, 1 a game pack, which has got like a Speedmaster and a
Stratic as well,
or a Stratic, and then like a heap of different little stickies, trolling lures, all that. And then we've got the inshore pack, which has got 2 reels, a 5K and a 6K, Daiwa and Shimano, 1 Stratic, 1 Lexa, and a fuckload of stick baits and plastics and all sorts of shit. So again, Gold Club, join every Sunday, $2, cancel any time. That's all it is. And join us again next week, and we'll fucking hopefully have some cool shit. Maybe. Back to work it is. Let's get into it. Let's go back to the grind.
Right, thanks for listening.
Cheers.